You know, it's interesting how things work, isn't it? Sometimes, no matter what's happening around you, there's a calm that you can find within yourself. Imagine that just for a moment. The feeling of balance, where once centered, the world around you starts to align in ways that you never expected. It's almost like the changes that you've asked for. They're on their way simply because you allowed them to happen. And the beautiful thing about this is how effortless it feels. When you step into curiosity, something inside you shifts. It's like a part of you is evolving without you even trying. And isn't that something? The idea that just by being open, changes start to take place without effort, without force. You start to realize your thoughts. They aren't just thoughts, they're energy, shaping your reality. And this energy, this is what moves mountains. When you speak, when you visualize, you're releasing power into the universe. You're creating. Think about it this way. Healing, it isn't just a physical act, it's a spiritual exchange. Imagine how your energy shifts when you consciously choose to transmute negative into positive, fear into hope, limitation into possibility. That's the mechanics of healing. That's the beauty of your potential. And with every shift, you're drawing closer to the next version of yourself. One that's ready to take on the world with grace and ease. But as we go deeper, consider this. You can't call yourself a light worker, a beacon of hope, and not show compassion. Compassion isn't something you think about, it's something you do. It's in your actions, the way you show up, the way you choose to engage with humanity. It's in your heart. Spiritually, you see. It's not about reading the right books or memorizing the right quotes. It's about living the lessons that you learn. You're not your words. You are your actions. And every moment is an opportunity to live what you discovered. You might notice, as the lesson begins to unfold in your life, you realize something profound. You always have a choice. You can choose to be the victim of your circumstances or the victor over them. The choice is yours. It's always yours. As you start to build self-worth, something else shifts, doesn't it? You begin to see your own magnificence. And in that seeing, something powerful happens. Fear melts away, like ice under the warmth of the sun. When you realize your worth, you no longer need to hold on to fear. It's almost like fear doesn't stand a chance against the truth of who you really are. And then something even more magical happens. You start to stand as a lighthouse for others. You become the beacon, the guide, for those in need. You comfort them, not just with your words, but with your knowing, with your wisdom, your understanding of the world and how it works. Your light shows them the way, just by being who you are. Now here is something remarkable. When you look around the world, what do you see? The desire for peace, for tolerance. That's the sign of enlightenment on a global scale. That's the deeper shift that's happening. And within that shift, you realize, even in the midst of turmoil, you have the ability to see the gift, to recognize the lesson, to see the wisdom in the chaos. That's a mark of real enlightenment. But here's the thing. Sometimes what you plan isn't as important as how you move with what unfolds. The idea of sticking rigidly to a plan, even when it no longer serves you, can hold you back. It's like thinking you need to control the arrow's flight path, when in fact, once the arrow is in motion, the wind will naturally guide it to its target. What if instead of clinging to a set path, you allowed yourself to follow the natural flow of the energy around you? What if you saw your life like a journey with many potentials, all leading you forward, all leading you to your highest good? Because you see, your reality isn't linear. It's full of possibilities, many different potentials that you might call the future. Planning, in the truest sense, is simply pointing yourself in the direction of your goal. But it's not about the destination being set in stone. It's about giving yourself the freedom to evolve, to change course, and to trust the process. Think of your plans as the first step on a journey, not the entire journey itself. In fact, it's like this. Picture an arrow. The arrow doesn't reach its target just by sitting there. It must be in motion. You don't wait for the universe to make things happen. You take action. And when you do, your energy shifts. Your path unfolds, and suddenly, what seemed uncertain becomes certain. Because you took the first step. You allowed yourself to be in motion. And that motion is where the magic happens. So what's next for you? What does your life look like when you embrace this process? When you trust yourself and allow life to unfold in all its beautiful unpredictability? The change, the growth, it's all happening for you. And you get to choose what that looks like. This is your time to rise, to shine, to be the creator of your reality. And all of it begins with one simple thing. You taking care of yourself. Because when you're balanced, when you're centered, everything else will fall into place. The changes you've been asking for, they're already on their way. And all you need to do is trust. Trust in your ability. Trust in the power of your energy. And trust in the truth of who you are.